So in this video, we are going to learn how to send instant WhatsApp and SMS for new invoices in Zoho Books. Let's say you are using Zoho Books as an invoicing software and you want to send a WhatsApp message or a SMS notification to your customer whenever you create a new invoice for them. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. So in this automation, whenever a new invoice will be created in your Zoho Books account, automatically a WhatsApp message will be sent with the invoice to the same customer for whom you have created the invoice. And also you can send an SMS notification to the same customer using bulksms.com or any other SMS service of your choice. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up this automation all by yourself, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on my Zoho Books account. Now I want that whenever a new invoice is created in my Zoho Books account, I want to automatically share a WhatsApp message and also notify the same customer on SMS as well for whom we have created the invoice. Also on WhatsApp, we can send the link of the invoice as well. Now to do this, we have to connect our Zoho Books account with our SMS sending service and also with the WhatsApp API service. And we are going to use an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect to do so. So here you can see we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard, and to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. After reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. So I would like to name my workflow as Zoho Books to WhatsApp Cloud API to bulksms.com, basically the name of the applications which we are going to use. You can give any other name of your choice. After naming your workflow, just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create this workflow and click on Create. After clicking on Create, here you can see the workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Zoho Books account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever a new invoice is created in Zoho Books, automatically the details of that newly created invoice will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. After that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send the details of the same invoice to WhatsApp Cloud API and bulksms.com as well. And using that, we are going to send a WhatsApp message and a SMS notification to a customer for whom we have created the invoice in Zoho Books. So let's see how it is done. Starting from a trigger window, in Choose Apps, search for Zoho Books. Just select it. After selecting Zoho Books, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as New Invoice. Now when we select the trigger event, here you can see Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Zoho Books account with Pabbly Connect. And to add this webhook URL in Zoho Books, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy the webhook URL from here and go to your Zoho Books account. After coming to Zoho Books, just go to the settings section on this right top corner and then just scroll down, and after scrolling down under automation, come to workflow rules. Here under workflow rules, click on this new workflow rule button and we are going to create a new workflow rule in our Zoho Books account. Let's give this workflow rule a name. For example, I'll name it as Pabbly Connect. You can basically give any other name of your choice, obviously. After naming the workflow, here it is asking us for the module. So from the drop down, we have to select that for which particular module we are creating this workflow. So we are going to select invoice over here. Then just click on next. If you want, you can also add some description over here. After that, it is asking us choose when to trigger, when we want to trigger this workflow in Zoho Books. So in workflow type, we are going to select event based, and in when invoices, we are going to select created. So we have selected the trigger as whenever the invoice is created in Zoho Books, we want this workflow to trigger in our Zoho Books account. Then click on next and it is asking us filter with trigger. Now if you want to set up some kind of filter condition in this trigger, you can select it. Right now we don't want to set any kind of filter condition. So we can just keep it blank, we can ignore these fields and click on next. At last, it is asking us for the actions, that what action we want Zoho Books to take on creating a new invoice. So we want to send a webhook response to Pabbly Connect. So here in immediate action, we are under type, we are going to select webhooks, and here under name, you can see a list of all the webhook URLs which we have. Now you can basically select a webhook URL which you have already added, or if you want to add a new webhook, you can click on this add new webhook button. Then after that, here you just have to give this webhook a name. Let's say I would like to name my webhook as new invoice created. So new invoice created, this is the name I have given to my webhook. Then by default, it has selected the module as invoice because we are creating this workflow in Zoho Books for invoice. You can add a description over here, and then here under URL and parameters, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy the webhook URL from here and then paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, we don't have to make any changes in any of the field. Don't select any parameters or headers, just scroll down and click on save. And we are good to go. We have successfully added this webhook URL in Zoho Books, and that same webhook URL is selected over here under actions. After selecting the action as webhook and selecting or adding our webhook URL, just click on save. And as we click on save, we will see this workflow is created in our Zoho Books account. Now, whenever a new invoice will be created in our Zoho Books account, Zoho Books is going to send the details of that invoice to the webhook URL. That means to Pabbly Connect. Now here in Pabbly Connect workflow, just click on this recapture webhook response button. And now it has changed to waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response, some details of a new invoice from Zoho Books. So let's do it. I'm going to create a new invoice in my Zoho Books account. I'll just go to the invoice section, new, and we are going to create a dummy invoice over here. Let's select the customer as test customer. For this particular customer, we are going to create the invoice. This is the order number, just a dummy order number. The invoice date is 11th of March, today's date. And the due date is, for example, 20th of March, just for an example. Now after that, we are going to select an item. So the item is t-shirt, and then the quantity is, for example, 4. So we are going to create an invoice for this particular product, and the customer is test customer. After selecting everything, just click on save and send. If you want, you can just select save as draft, and after that we will scroll down and click on this send button. Now as you click on send, here you can see just now we have created a new invoice of 3,196 rupees for test customer in Zoho Books. Now as this new invoice is created, automatically within few seconds, the details of the same invoice will be received inside Pabbly Connect. So here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, you can see within few seconds, we have received the response. And in this response, you will see the details of the same invoice. We have the same total invoice amount, 3,196 rupees. We will scroll down further and we will see some other details related to this same invoice as well. We will see the details of the same product which we have selected in the invoice. So we'll just scroll down and search for the details of the product. So here we have the rate of the product, the per unit per piece cost of the product was $7.99, as you can see over here in this particular invoice. Then after that, we will scroll down further and we have the name of the product. It is the t-shirt. We will also be seeing the quantity of the product for which we have created the invoice. Then we will scroll down and we will see the details of the customer or the client for which we have created the invoice. So we have this invoice number, we have the invoice URL as well. So here, this is the URL, this is the link of this same invoice. We will open this link in a new tab and you can see the same invoice will open over here. And we are going to send this invoice URL later with the WhatsApp message to our customer, to our clients for whom we are creating this invoice. We will scroll down further. Here you can see the email address of the customer for whom we have created the invoice. We have the due date 20th of March, the same due date which we have selected. Then after that, here you can see the invoice date as well, that on what date the invoice was created. We have the name of the customer. We will scroll up a bit or scroll down a bit and we will see the mobile number of this customer as well. And here it is. This is the mobile number. In this way, you can see all the details of this customer is received inside Pabbly Connect in the triggers tab. Now after this, let's move to step 2, where we are going to send a WhatsApp message to the same customer with the invoice details. For that, we will just scroll down and come to this actions tab. And here in choose app, we are going to search for WhatsApp Cloud API. Now here in this video, I'm using WhatsApp Cloud API as the WhatsApp API service to send the messages. But if you're using AI Sensei, Interact 360 Dialog or any other WhatsApp API solution, official solution, you can choose that particular application over here. After selecting the app in action event from the drop-down, select Send Template Message. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our WhatsApp Cloud API account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the token, phone number ID and WhatsApp business account ID. Now you must be thinking how you can get all of these details. So here I've already created my WhatsApp Cloud API account, as you can see. If you haven't created your WhatsApp Cloud API account yet, then in that case, we have a dedicated video already live on the channel, and by referring to that video, you can learn how you can set up your own WhatsApp Cloud API account and reach to this app dashboard page. After coming here you can see the temporary access token, phone number ID and WhatsApp business account ID. So from here you can get all the details which we need to connect WhatsApp Cloud API with Pabbly Connect. Now here you can notice that the token access token which we can see over here is a temporary access token, which means this token will expire every 24 hours. But there is a method using which you can generate a permanent access token for your WhatsApp Cloud API account, which will never expire. So we also have the video on generating the permanent access token live on our YouTube channel. So you can refer to that video and the generate one. Right now in this video, just for an example, I will be using this temporary access token for now. So we just have to copy this from here, copy the credentials and paste it in this connection window inside Pabbly Connect. We will copy the phone number ID, and after that, we will also copy and paste the WhatsApp business account ID as well. After entering the credentials, just click on Save. And as we click on Save, we will see our WhatsApp Cloud API account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, here you can see a list of all the templates which we have created for WhatsApp Cloud API. So to send the messages using WhatsApp Cloud API, first we have to create a template of the message which we want to send in our WhatsApp Cloud API account. And after creating the template, we have to get that template approved from Facebook, or should I say Meta. And once the template is approved, we can use that template to send WhatsApp messages to our customers. So here you can see, to create a template of your choice, just go to this WhatsApp Cloud API account, and here in step 2 at last you can see this hyperlink. Just click on it, and in a new tab you will reach to your WhatsApp manager. Now here under WhatsApp manager you will see a list of all the templates which you have created. To create a new one, just click on this create template button and you can start creating a template of your choice. Now the template which we are going to use in this video is named as Zoho Books Invoice. So this is the kind of WhatsApp message I want to send to my customers whenever I create a new invoice for them in my Zoho Books account. So here in this message, after hello, I want to mention the name of the customer. Then we have the message as thank you for shopping with us. We have just created your invoice for the recent purchase. Here are the details. Then I want to mention the invoice number, purchase date, amount and the due date. And also I have added this view invoice button. By clicking on this button, they can actually view their invoice which we have created in Zoho Books. So we are going to send the link of the invoice URL as well in this WhatsApp message. Now, if I click on this edit template button, then you will notice that in this template message, I have added some numbers in double curly braces. These are basically some variables, some dynamic text which can be changed for every message we are sending. So like after hello, I wanted to mention the name of the person. But for every invoice, for every WhatsApp message, we will be having a different name of the person, name of the customer. This means the name of the customer is a dynamic text, is a variable. And to add these kind of variables in a WhatsApp message, we add numbers in double curly braces. And whatever text, whatever value we want to put in place of these variable, we can do that in our Pabbly Connect workflow. So here you can see I have a variable for the name of the person. We have the second variable for invoice number. The third one is for purchase date, fourth one for amount, and fifth one for due date. Also, because I have added this call to action button over here, so we'll scroll down and here you can see view invoice button. In this button, we are going to mention the link, the URL of the invoice which we want to send to the customer. But we have to enter the secondary part of the URL. Like by default, I have entered the URL till books slash. So we have to basically enter the domain and the initial part of the URL. And after that, the rest of the part can be dynamic. So we are going to split the URL, invoice URL, which we have received from Zoho Books inside Pabbly Connect into two parts as well later. But first, let's see what it is asking us right now. So here in template name, we are going to select this particular template, Zoho Books invoice, which I have created. Then after that, the language code and template ID are automatically detected, so we don't have to make any changes over here. Then it is asking us recipient mobile number, that what is the mobile number of the customer to whom we want to send the message. So in the trigger step responses which we have received from Zoho Books, we have received the mobile number response over here. We have the details or the response for the mobile number. Now we are going to map this response of mobile number from the Zoho Books trigger step to WhatsApp Cloud API action step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of recipient mobile number, and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Zoho Books. Out of all of these responses, we will search for the response of mobile number and select it. And here it will be mapped. In this way, whatever customer mobile number we are going to receive from Zoho Books, on the same mobile number, we are going to send the WhatsApp message with the invoice details. Now let's read the help text which says, enter the recipient mobile number with country code without the plus sign. So we have entered the 10 digits mobile number, but we have to enter it with the country code and without the plus sign. So if you're also entering only 10 digits of mobile number of your customers in Zoho Books, then I'm just going to manually enter the country code of India, that is 91, and then we are not going to enter the plus sign. So we have the country code without the plus sign and the 10 digits mobile number. Now after entering the mobile number, it is asking us body field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4 and field 5. So in our template message, we have created 5 body fields. And what is the text? What is the value we want to put in place of these body fields? We have to enter them in. Enter that over here. So here in place of body field 1, we wanted to mention the name of the person. So we will be using the same process of mapping and map the response of the name of the person over here. Just click on this field, and from the drop down from Zoho Book responses, we are going to search for the response of name. We will just scroll down and we'll select the response of the customer name and map it over here. Then in body field 2, we wanted to mention the invoice number. So from the drop down, once again, Zoho Book responses, we are going to search for invoice number and map it. Just select it and map it. Now in body field 3, we wanted to mention the purchase date, basically the invoice date. So I'll just search for the response of date and select the response of the invoice created date. Then in body field 4, we wanted to mention the amount of the invoice. So we have the total amount of the invoice, select it and map it. And in body field 5, we are going to mention the due date. So let's select and map the response of due date. In this way, all the custom variables which we have created in our template, we have mapped or entered the value for all of these custom variables inside our Pabbly Connect workflow. Then it comes the invoice button, basically the view invoice button which we have added. And as I told you, the initial part of the URL, initial part of the invoice link will be the same. Like for example, the part till book slash will be same. But after book slash, whatever link, whatever invoice URL we are going to receive, we are going to have from Zoho Invoice, we have to basically enter only that part over here. But the invoice URL which we have received from Zoho Books is a complete URL. So let me show you. We will just search for the invoice URL over here. And here in invoice URL, the part till book slash is entered in the template message. We have manually entered it in the template. But after that, the part which we have after book slash, we have to only enter or we have to only send that part to WhatsApp Cloud API. So we are going to use a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect called text formatter. And using text formatter, we are going to extract the part after book slash from this invoice URL. Now to use text formatter, we will just click on this add action step button before the WhatsApp Cloud API step. And here in choose app, we are going to search for text formatter. Just select it. After selecting it, here in action event from the drop down, select the action event as split text. Then just click on connect. After clicking on connect, the first thing it asks us is text to split. That what is the text, what is the response which you want to split or extract the data from. So we want to extract or we want to split the text of URL. So we are going to search for the response of URL and map the invoice URL over here. Then it is asking us for the separator. So separator will be book slash. We want to extract or we want to get the URL after books slash. So I'm going to enter books slash over here. And in segment index, because we want the second part after this. So using the split text, we are going to split this URL into two parts. First part will be before books slash and second part will be after books slash. So because we want to second part, here in segment index, we are going to select second and click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, as I click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see the rest of the URL after book/ is extracted. And we are going to map this response of text formatter in the WhatsApp Cloud API step. So we have added a button, and here in button, we are going to map the response from text formatter because the link or the URL before that is already entered in the template. After mapping all the details, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the template message which we have created in WhatsApp Cloud API, that message with all the map details which we have received from Zoho Books, that details, a WhatsApp message is sent to the number of the customer which we have selected while creating the invoice in Zoho Books. So let's check it. We will go to the WhatsApp account of this number, and here we will see within few seconds, we will receive the WhatsApp message. And yes, here you can see just now we have received a WhatsApp message. The message says, "Hello test customer," means we have the name of the same customer for whom we have created the invoice in Zoho Books. Then after that, the message says, "Thank you for shopping with us. We have just created your invoice for the recent purchase. Here are the details. We have the same invoice number which we have created. We have the same invoice creation date, purchase date, the same amount for which the invoice is created, and the same due date which we have selected. And also we have the rest of the template message." If we click on this button of View Invoice, here you can see in a new tab the same invoice will open in front of us. This means our automation workflow till this step is working perfectly fine. Now after this, what we want to do after sending a WhatsApp message, let's say we also want to send a small SMS notification. So we will just click on this Add Action Step button over here, and then here in Choose App, we have to search for the SMS service using which we want to send the SMS. Let's say I'm taking an example of bulk SMS. So I'm using bulk SMS to send the messages, bulksms.com. So we are going to select that. In action event, I will be sending send message. I'll just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to connect our bulk SMS account with Pabbly Connect. Or if you are using some other service, you have to connect that with Pabbly Connect. So I'll just enter the credentials of my bulk SMS account. Okay, so here I have entered the credentials. Now let's click on save. And as I click on save, we will see our bulk SMS account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is routing group. So in the drop-down, we have three options: standard, economy, and premium. I want to use the economy group, so I'm selecting that. Then the long message maximum part is not mandatory, so we can ignore it for now. Then it is asking us for the sender ID of bulk SMS, that from which sender ID I want to send the SMSs. So you can enter the sender ID over here. By default, the sender ID is replyable, so I'm just keeping it blank for now because I want to use the same sender ID. Then it is asking us to number. So we have to enter the mobile number on which we want to send the SMS. So once again, from Zoho Books responses, we are going to search the response of the mobile number and then map it over here. And once again, we have to enter the mobile number with the country code over here. So I'll just manually enter the country code over here. If you want, you can directly enter the mobile numbers with country code in your Zoho Books account as well. After this, it is asking us for the SMS body, that what will be the actual body of the SMS which you want to send to your customers. So let's say I want my body to be hello. And after hello, I want to mention the name of the person. So from the Zoho Books responses, we are going to search for the name of the customer and map it over here. Let's say I want to select the first name only. I don't want the complete name, so I'll select the first name and map it. Then I want my message to be, okay, so this is the kind of SMS notification I want to send. I just have created a small message. Hello test means the name of the person. Thank you for shopping with us. Your invoice has been sent to you via email and WhatsApp for your records. Best regards, ABC Company. Just a dummy company name. So in this way, you can see we have created the SMS body. Now, after entering the mobile number and creating the SMS body of your choice, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And as we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received the response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that this particular SMS is sent to the customer for whom we have created the invoice in Zoho Books. So let's check it. We will check the SMS inbox of this number. And yes, here you can see we have received the SMS which says, "Hello Tess, thank you for shopping with us. Your invoice has been sent to you via email and WhatsApp for your record. Best regards, ABC Company." This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now guys, after setting up this automation, we are going to test this automation workflow once. So we will go back to our Zoho Books account and we are going to create a new invoice over here. Let's say the customer is the same customer, test customer. Just for an example, this is the order number for which we are creating the invoice. The due date is, for example, 15th of March. Then I'll just select the product as t-shirt. The quantity is only one this time. The total invoice amount is 799 rupees. And I'll just click on this save and send button. And after that, we will just send this invoice once again to the customer. So just now what we have done, we have created another invoice in our Zoho Books account. And we will see as this new invoice is created, automatically within few seconds, a WhatsApp message will be sent to the same customer for whom we have created the invoice. And yes, here you can see just now we have received a message which says hello test customer, means the name of the customer. We have the same invoice ID for which the invoice is created. We have the same creation date, the same amount for which the invoice is created, and the same due date. And if you click on this button with the WhatsApp message, you can see in a new tab, the same invoice will be open. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can email us at support@pabbly.com or post it on our forum over here. Or you can write us in the comment box below too. If you want to check out the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. And if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Pabbly. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.